It's a crazy summer at the cable. Sign up now for a new internet package from now until September 30 for your chance to win crazy summer prizes. Be one of 3 weekly winners of $100 each or a monthly winner of $500 cash. And get this, you could be extra lucky and win a tablet in the cable's monthly draws. This summer hot promotion is for everyone. Brand new customers, even customers who want to come back to the cable. Sign up in-store or online at www.thecable.net. All new sign-ups and reconnections are eligible, and there are no deposits nor installation fees. Internet packages start at just $97 monthly. Sign up today at The Cable. Terms and conditions apply.
SUNMER. SUNMER.
Okay, I made it. Sorry for being late. I was on my way, multitasking and everything. And there was an accident. And it just was a coincidence that the accident was one of my good friends. And she's okay. But it just kind of put everything out of whack. So I'm actually a little bit out of breath. But we have a packed show. I have a lot more energy than I had last week. Last week I was definitely tired. I'm still tired, but not as tired as I was last week. But I'm excited for tonight's show, and I can't wait to share the good news. One of the best things that happened this week was while we were walking through the streets of Port Zante, my little one got to meet the Prime Minister, our newly minted Prime Minister of St. Christopher Nevis. And he looks different. He has a different strut to his step. He looks fatter. I don't know. He's glowing. And he was like, Mr. Good News himself. He was like, when am I coming to your show to share some more good news? I said, come next week, no man. I'm like, wait. The Prime Minister is asking me when next he's coming on my show. By the way, am I clipping? Am I clipping? I can hear myself clipping. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me good. Okay, I think do I need to change another mic? Get another mic? Okay, we'll get another mic. Let's get another mic. Okay, yeah, this is way better. Way better. So, I was saying we got to meet the Prime Minister. He looks like he's put on a little bit of weight. The good kind of weight. And again, I'm trying to figure out this microphone situation. Oh, please. Come on. Please behave. The angle is just wrong. The angle is wrong. Let me find my angle. I'll just hold it up. So, yeah, it was great. Now, one of the good things that we are going to discuss today centers around what's coming next week. The most creative venture yet. I think you guys would know that I am involved with a lot of creativity, and thank you, Trent, for fixing the mic. I'm involved with a lot of creativity, and especially with my daughter when it comes to Stuffy. That is our platform for transforming kids out into digitized versions of themselves. On Monday, we'll be featuring the first Jigsaw Challenge. And let me tell you, right? Parents have been registering for this event. And it's the first time that I've ever seen this whole venture show me the potential that it actually does have. To see people excited to register for an event where children will be coming in to solve jigsaw puzzles competitively, and everybody wins. Everybody wins something. They will be involved with creativity. They'll be involved with social skills, getting to know each other, the camaraderie, the fun, the revelry, everything centered around creativity and some kind of education too, because you can't solve a jigsaw puzzle if you don't have some kind of logic or thinking or process and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be taking place next week, Monday. We have about 7 more spots left. We got 2 just registered before I came up. So 7 spots between the ages of 5 and 10. And my daughter just saw the jigsaws today. They came in today and she went berserk for her to see her art on jigsaw puzzles. To go from the process of drawing on paper to seeing it digitized, to seeing it on a jigsaw puzzle, to create and recreate was totally empowering. And we're going to have more children feeling this same way. So next week, Monday, the Stuffy Jigsaw Challenge is taking place at the ICT Center from 9:30 to 3:30. Food will be served and some other unique, different treats that we've never had before. I can't let the cat out of the bag. So, great news. Let me see what top stories I'm going to share with you. Because I was late, I'm going to have to leave some for next week. But this one caught my attention because it's tech-centric, obviously. Tech stuff catches my attention. New glasses allows deaf people to see conversations by turning audio into subtitles. Like, why didn't we think about this before? Why didn't we think about this before? We already see on YouTube when you're watching a video and it turns what you're watching into audio, into subtitles. Same thing on Facebook. The technology is there. It's learning how we speak. AI, artificial intelligence, has become a whole lot smarter. And I'm like, why didn't we think of this before? This made me smile. It says the company has created augmented reality spectacles that places subtitles on conversations happening in the real world. Dan Scarf was sad to see his 97-year-old grandfather sitting quietly in a room on Christmas Day surrounded by his family, but unable to join in with the conversation because of his hearing loss. It's got to the point now where he literally just sits in silence, he said. And I thought, well, hang on a second. He watches TV all the time with subtitles. Why can't we subtitle the world? This is how entrepreneurs think. You see a need, you fill a need. You see a problem, you create a solution, or you create a solution to a problem that people didn't know that they had. Boom. It says what seems like an ordinary pair of glasses are actually using Amazon Alexa software to turn incoming audio into closed captioning. Before the software developed by Scarf and his company, whatever. Right, fine. So it took him 6 months to launch the X-ray XRAI X-ray glasses. And while the software cannot cope with people speaking over each other, well, I can't cope with people speaking over each other. You expect AI to do that? Scarf insists that it's just the beginning. Now, it says we're going with a small number to begin with, to prove it out, to get feedback, to understand what people like and what they don't like, and rapidly innovate on that, said Scarf. And then we're hoping if the wins are behind us, then we will reach the general availability by September. The portability is impressive as the glasses are just glasses, and the normal cable connects to your smartphone. It's been hailed as a life-changing innovation by Britain's Royal National Institute of Deaf People and the organization Deaf Kids. As a profoundly deaf person myself, I was blown away by this technology, said Steve Crump, founder and chair of Deaf Kids International. When I tried the glasses, I was astonished. Real-time subtitles that enable you to engage and participate as never before. With about 12 million potential users, the glasses can be purchased through a British healthcare network, provider network, and financed for about $35 a month for 11 months. Listen, that's the only story I'm going to share today because my guest is an international woman of eclectic, creative, holistic, artsy, everything-y. And I do not want to keep her waiting much longer. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will be graced with my guest in her glory, Sia Alexander. Even her name sounds artsy. All right, we're right back.
It's a crazy summer at the cable. Sign up now for a new internet package from now until September 30 for your chance to win crazy summer prizes. Be one of 3 weekly winners of $100 each or a monthly winner of $500 cash. And get this, you could be extra lucky and win a tablet in the cable's monthly draws. This summer hot promotion is for everyone. Brand new customers, even customers who want to come back to the cable. Sign up in store or online at www.thecable.net. All new signups and reconnections are eligible, and there are no deposits nor installation fees. Internet packages start at just $97 monthly. Sign up today at The Cable. Terms and conditions apply.
SUNMER. SUNMER.
All right, we are back, and I hope I can see my guests. Okay, I hope we can see my guests. I was told that your camera is not on. Miss Alexander, could you put on your calendar, please? Your camera. It's a calendar. We want you to put in your calendar so we can see you. So we can see you in 5, 4, 3. No, that's not it. 2, 1. And we can see you. All right. So my producer says that you're on. And if that's the case, then you're on. Sia, can you hear me? If you can hear me, clap once.
Yes, I can hear you.
If you can hear me, clap twice.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Brilliant. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me on my show. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Wow. Do you remember how we met or didn't meet?
I remember hearing from you via LinkedIn.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What stood out to me was a show that I was watching a YouTube show about controversial Nigerians, celebrities, and for some reason, every time you spoke, you just altered the energy in the room, and I kept saying like, how is she able to do this? And it just continued to resonate with me. I was like, hold up, she's good people. And so I said, you know what? I like to surround myself with people who resonate that way. And I said, let me just take a stab at this and throw the nets and see if you would respond. And then you responded. I was like, oh, she responded. So we're people. So thank you for accepting my invite.
You're welcome. My pleasure. It was great to hear from you. It was great to get a window into what you're up to as well.
Awesome. So, first of all, you are traveling the world right now. Am I correct?
I'm back home now.
Oh.
I just arrived the day before yesterday.
Home
After
is
almost a month traveling the world.
wow.
Yeah.
Where is home?
I'm in Norfolk, Virginia, in the
I
US.
thought as much because sometimes when I see your pictures, I'm wondering, is she in Nigeria? Is she in Virginia? Because both kind of look the same when you look at the stuff that you surround yourself with, like the art stuff.
Right, right.
And so I think that's how you've been able to create your galleries to make them look like they're in Nigeria. Am I correct?
Yes, that's pretty much my mission with the gallery, is to recreate the beauty of and creativity of Nigeria, of Lagos, Nigeria, in Norfolk. So we have a vibe here that feels like you're in Lagos.
Do you have suya and traffic and area boys?
No, we do not have area boys or traffic, but we do have suya sometimes.
That is one. I haven't been to Nigeria since 2001, and I am constantly craving an authentic suya in newspaper. And the onions. I don't eat the onions, but it just adds to the vibe. So
Yeah, I do.
So tell me a little bit about your background. You studied at Howard and Stanford, but you somehow ended up doing art stuff. Like what was the connection between what you studied and what you ended up living?
Yeah, that's a great question. I studied psychology, child psychology specifically, and I went all the way up to the PhD level, though I don't have my doctorate just yet. Still working on my dissertation. And I intended to be a therapist for emotionally disturbed children and focusing on art therapy. But as life would have it, I got segued by modeling and found Nigeria and African art. And I began working with children in Lagos, using art as a way to inspire creativity on a daily basis in the youth there. And then I had some issues with the Nigerian government, and I had to leave the country and come back to the US. And so I established as much as I could here that reflected all the things I loved about Lagos, because my intention was to do my work there for the rest of my life. But because I had to come back home, Pure Lagos, my art gallery here, arose out of my goals for Nigeria, for my life and my work in Nigeria. I just kind of reworked it and pivoted it in such a way to apply to the community here in North.
Okay, I want to, because some of my listeners haven't been to Nigeria, and I want you to paint a picture of what that Lagos vibe is and how you were able to bring that and recreate it in Virginia. What is that vibe that Lagos has, that energy, that experience? I can speak about Ibadan. I'm not a Lagos boy, but I'm pretty sure you're a Lagos girl, clearly.
Well, kinda, yeah. For the last almost 15 years or so, I've been back and forth to Lagos, living there, working there, having holidays there, family, all kinds of adventures in Lagos. And basically, I would characterize the vibe there as creativity on steroids. I mean, everywhere you go, there's an energy of art and music, and just there's a vibrancy. The culture is so rich that it exudes from people's pores. You know, people speak in a way that's melodic and it's inspiring, and it's almost like singing. And the food is so spicy and it's so creative and colorful. The music, the fashion, the way people dress, the way people move, it's like dancing and singing and vibing all the time. That's how I experienced Lagos. And I wanted to bring a bit of that Lagos vibe here to Norfolk, because it touched me so deeply. It resonated with me. It felt like home in so many ways. And it's also similar to my upbringing here in Southern Virginia. There's a lot of similarities between the African American community here in Norfolk and African peeps in Nigeria. I felt like the two are linked, and they are. I mean, they're linked spiritually, but also physically. Most of the Black people here were forcibly brought over from the shores of West Africa. That's around true. That period. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we are really connected. Largely Nigerian people or West African people here in Norfolk. And the response that I've received from the community here has been so receptive and so welcoming to this little slice of Lagos that I offer.
So for our listeners who they've gotten the foundation, I want you to take them on a journey through Pure Lagos when you walk through the doors, and how they feel, how you want them to feel when they're walking through them in the opposite direction.
Yeah. Well, Pure Lagos entering the door is an all-inclusive experience of the best, the purest of Lagos, Nigeria. Your mind, body, and soul will be brought back to Africa as you walk through our gallery. And we actually have several galleries. The main one, where I am right now, is sort of our home gallery. It feels like a home. We have lots of places to sit and chill. We have reupholstered chairs with ashoke fabric, which is the traditional royal fabric of the Yoruba peoples.
Mm-hmm.
We have mud cloth, pillows, everything that you touch and taste, even the smell, the aroma. We have frankincense and myrrh and kind of Nigerian sage that we burn here. We have African Man Roots Tonic, which is an herbal blend that I make myself that you can taste here. That's about 20 different herbs that are indigenous to the West African area. We have all kinds of fashions. You can dress yourself in African dashikis, in rapa, kara. We have games that you can play.
Ayo. You have Ayo.
Yeah, we have Ayo here. And you can really immerse yourself in a Lagos experience, in the purest of Lagos. So you're not going to get all those elements that are chaotic and kind of like hard on the ears about Lagos. You're going to get the most curated, essential, beautiful, expansive aspects that I have experienced personally. And I think most people who go to Lagos with an open mind and folks who live there and look for the best and the highest, kind of like the good news, experience that flavor as something that's really soul enhancing. There's a soup that I love that I often make here. I do cooking demos and taste here. Yeah, and this soup sort of gives a culinary example of what I love about Lagos and what I'm trying to execute here at Pure Lagos in Norfolk. And it's called pepper soup. And pepper soup is made with all these different seeds and herbs that have been ground and blended.
You're taking me home. You're
cooked.
taking me home.
Yeah.
You're taking me home right
Cooked
now.
A lovely broth
Wow.
with fish, and sometimes okra is added if you're in Robo, depending on which region you're from. There's different ways to make it. And it's just a soup that soothes your soul, and it gratifies your palate, and it awakens your senses, and makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy, at peace, and it's also so healthy. You get strong from pepper soup.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really get ill if you eat pepper soup. And that is what you experience here at Pure Lagos in a nutshell. That deep flavor and health giving properties and enlightening energies of Lagos, Nigeria.
I think that there's some synergies that I'm tapping into because for your listeners, for people who are listening from your cohort, I live in St. Kitts. That's a small island in the Caribbean. It's very tiny, 68 square miles. But we do have a Nigerian diaspora of students living here. And I've always wondered what it would take to create a suya joint. That's all. an actual suya joint, but not just suya, but you just walk in there and you just feel like you're back in Nigeria. So the music
Right.
that you're listening to, the food, the scents, everything is just reeking of Niger.
Yeah.
So I would really, really love that experience. So yeah, I like that, and I can't wait to to see what this looks like whenever I'm able to be in the with the DMV area. That's what they call it, right?
Well, this is south of the DMV area. The DMV area is around Washington, D.C.
Ah,
We're for south, right next to North Carolina.
okay.
Yeah, so this would be called the Tidewater area, actually.
You guys don't get touched by hurricanes when they come, do they? Do you? Since you're so
Yeah, we do, because we're right on the water.
ah,
Yeah, right next to Virginia Beach, the ocean front.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. That was very immersive. I literally feel like I traveled back home. But I want you to take me on a journey now. If you're okay, if you're comfortable with your adventures recently, I would have seen Spain and Morocco. Which one of those were? Which one of those stood out to you the most that makes you say like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go back?
Yeah, I would definitely say Morocco,
Ooh.
Marrakesh, and just as soon as I got off the plane into the airport, the vibe of the place hit me really strongly. And I had been to Morocco before. I've been to Tangier and to Casablanca, but Marrakesh is its own place, and the experience of it was quite riveting for me.
What was the food
The
like?
most colorful way to describe how the experience hit me is the red clay, the desert red clay.
Oh.
If you can picture that deep, natural terracotta color, everything in Marrakesh is that color. And it's so romantic. It's so exhilarating. Everything is that color, and it's not paint. They build everything with the earth of the land.
Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah. So you go around and it's like you're in some kind of, I don't know, I feel like a heavenly realm, because that color for me it's so earthy, but it's also it's a bit ethereal at the same time. And to have all the walls and all the buildings and the dirt itself that color gives one a sense of calm, a peace, a transcendence that was quite riveting for me, and will definitely take me back there. I even thought, wow, I want to live here in Morocco. And I will admit, but don't tell anyone that I said this, especially my business partner. I thought I'm going to change the name of Pure Lagos to Pure. But all jokes aside, it was really incredible, and I will definitely go back there.
What would the scents like walking around? Like, what would you smell in the air? Like, describe that experience. What?
Yeah, there's so many spice markets there, and the spices are piled high. You get cumin and coriander,
Okay, yeah.
black seed and curry and saffron.
Those are powerful scents.
Yeah, and they're wafting through the air as you walk along, and it's so captivating.
I've traveled. You've literally just taken me to Morocco, to Marrakesh right now. I can actually perceive through your words and your energy. I can actually can't wait. But contrast that with Spain though. Spain must have had some cool stuff though.
Well, Spain is a place I've been very often,
Oh, okay.
extensively, but this was my first time in Madrid. So I usually go to Mallorca, Malaga, um, Barcelona, and there's this really beautiful town that I absolutely love where I've spent quite a bit of time. It's called Mijas,
Mm-hmm.
and up on a hill, and all the houses and buildings are whitewashed, and it's glorious overlooking the sea. Uh, this time, however, I was in Madrid, and Madrid is a bit similar to Paris. It has that ancient feel, that very old, quaint, parochial vibe.
Stone roads too. Like streets.
Sorry.
Stone streets. Do they have streets that are made of stones or
Yeah, yes, they do.
right?
And it's kind of a regal vibe in Madrid. I had a sense of, maybe it was the area I was in, but it felt like the Champs-Élysées and just the big gallant buildings with all the just the pomp and circumstance. There's a lot of excess there compared, having come from Morocco and Nigeria. It was a jolt getting back into so-called West, into Europe. There's a very big difference between the so-called third world and the so-called first world, and I felt it really strongly when I landed in Madrid. Like, oh, okay, I'm back into the matrix, so to speak. So I'm not saying I didn't enjoy Madrid. The food was great. I had some really good food, and I had a great Thai massage, which is a little disjunctive because I was in Spain and I had a traditional Thai massage. But so Madrid was quite a jolt back into the first world after having been in Africa for several weeks.
So I've seen that you have explored arts from different African countries. I've always typically said to people who ask about my experience in Nigeria and whether we typically travel to other African countries, I typically say we typically don't. We would go to Europe, to the US, but that traveling and hopping around to different African countries was not something that, at least not I did. But I see that you would have meddled with art from like Ghana and Senegal and Kenya. What has been the differences or similarities between those different countries when you compare them with art back in Nigeria?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, because we get a lot of clients who come in and they ask, where's all this art from? And it brings up a lot of questions of tribalism and is Africa a country, and all these kinds of myths and distortions about the African continent and the countries on it. But I would say, in answer to your question, because all of our art on the walls here is from Nigeria, we are really a Nigerian art gallery that is not located in Nigeria. My business partner is an Igbo man who has been collecting and exhibiting contemporary Nigerian art for 20 years now. He started during a time in Nigeria where no one really cared about art per se. People were more interested in material items from the West and oil profits and things that were not necessarily linked to art in any way, particularly the traditional local art of Nigeria. So he brought that to the forefront in a very powerful way, not so much because of his own ideas, but because the art itself spoke so loudly that people heard it. And he just kind of curated it and brought it into exhibition and auction, and the art spoke for itself. Nigerian art is very powerful, it's very colorful, it's very unique, and it's quite varied. There's so many different genres and things that people just come up with because necessity is the mother of invention. Like one of our best artists, our most widely selling artist, Franklin Nwabueze, he couldn't afford paint at a time when he had a strong creative impulse. And his mother is a seamstress in Nigeria. So he had this impulse, couldn't afford to get any paints, and saw all these fabric scraps on the floor of her studio. He decided to pick up the scraps and use them as paint. And the works that he created were so masterful and magnificent. And they've been selling like hotcakes here in the US. Yeah. And now he obviously can afford paint, but he doesn't even, that style is so in demand that he uses it now, not by force, as they would say in Nigeria, but by force. And so all of the art on our walls is Nigerian art. But, and that's kind of like the driver for this business, for this enterprise. I am sort of my business partner's link in the US. So I took what he had already started and ran with it here. But once I got here and was in motion with the Nigerian art, because I don't have a sense of distinction that maybe if I was an Igbo woman born in Igbo land, I might focus only on Igbo because that's what I know and who I am and where I'm from. But because I'm African American, and though I've done my Ancestry.com and I'm 80% Igbo according to my DNA, this is not something I know from my upbringing. So for me, Africa is a broad, kind of all-inclusive concept in my mind. So if I'm selling Igbo art, I'm also going to be drawn to what else I'm drawn to within an African context. So saying all that to say that we have so many African artifacts here and artisanal goods from other countries in Africa. From Ghana, we have a lot of boga baskets. We have Ethiopian hand-woven cotton garments, fashions, and shoes that are handmade from collectives that have been making shoes for hundreds of years in Ethiopia, Eritrea. We have cloths from Kenya and Mozambique. We have beautiful baskets as well from Senegal. So though the works on our walls are all Nigerian, except for one artist, Ella Natsui, who is Ghanaian, but he has worked out of Nigeria most of his career. Our diversity in the sense of continental-wide African art comes in the artisanal good department, not on the walls. And so in that way, the comparison wouldn't be fair, because I don't have Ghanaian artists on the walls. I don't have Kenyan on the walls. And I don't really know much about those particular countries' art. But I'm sure they're wonderful. I'm sure they're outstanding. But I do have so many artisanal goods from all over Africa that give the gallery quite an international feel, intercontinental feel, Afrocentric, Afropolitan. So that would give it a bit of a different flavor from Lagos, because you come in here and you get Lagos because all the walls are Nigerian artists, but you also get all of Africa. And I feel like conceptually it really touches upon themes that are meaningful to me, of the unity of the African continent, the breakdown of artificial borders, the inclusivity of the African diaspora, all those who were forcibly taken from the countries in Africa, from the continent, and dispersed throughout the globe. This is a place here at Pure Lagos in Norfolk where everybody can come home to Africa, where you get a feel for all that Africa has to offer creatively, and touch deep parts of your soul wherever you happen to have been stolen from, if you're of the diaspora.
Gotcha.
And then if you're of the continent, you'll see pieces of home here.
I want you to, because I have people who are viewing, tell us about the piece of art that's behind you. What's the story behind that?
Yeah, so the piece behind me is by Rufus Ogundele. And Rufus Ogundele was a master artist of the Oshogbo School in southeastern Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. The Oshogbo School was a very prominent art community that had generational artists. So everybody there has the art vibe, or has the art inclination, incredible skill to make art, all amongst the people of that Oshogbo region. And Rufus was at the helm of it. So my business partner, Joseph Nwakbogu, he has a very extensive collection of Rufus Ogundele works, because, like I said, he started the movement to value contemporary African art almost 20 years ago. And so all those artists who were not given any kind of respect or validation or remuneration during a time when everyone just cared about oil or other more lucrative ventures, he linked in with these artists, and they built a relationship of mutual respect and trust. And so this painting behind me is one of the rare works of Rufus Ogundele, who has passed away, that is still around. These are sacred works.
Wow.
They come from a very sacred school of the Oshobo movement, the Ambari movement. If you just Google that, you'll get all kinds of wonderful information. And the Chrysler Museum down the road from us is preparing to have a huge exhibition of the Oshobo movement artists and the Mbari school, which includes Rufus Ogundele. Oh, and another tidbit is the Rufus Ogundele works have been chosen to grace the walls of a Disney production that's coming out in September. So look for the crossover if you watch TV, and you'll see Rufus Ogundele on the walls.
Wow. Transcending stuff. Do you know what medium he used to create that?
Yeah, these are oil on board.
Oh.
And they're really they're rugged. They're old, and they've been around the block a few times. But the one thing I love about Nigerian art is, and also just African creativity, is so it's not necessarily delicate. It's made to be utilized. It's made to last. It's made with integrity and with real materials that, you know, come from the solid earth. And yeah, so this is oil on board.
It's heavy, right?
It's pretty heavy. Yeah, it's pretty heavy, but it hasn't been. There's one beside it that has been mounted on a heavy frame, but this one, my business partner and I took some of these to New York, to Sotheby's, and we also took some to New Orleans. And it was so cool because we put them in these carrier bags and actually carried them with us. And it just felt like, it felt very adventurous and exciting, and also just practical to be able to bring the art in a way that is easy and functional and flows. Yeah, one thing we tell clients when they come in here is, yeah, take it off the wall, touch it, even if it's raining. You know, these works are not delicate. They're beautiful, they're profound, they're amazing, but they're made in an environment where people go through, you know, quite a bit on a daily basis to survive. So the works that they create, the art that they make, has that same resilience and, you know, rugged nature. And I find that very moving. It's very touching for me, because so much today is so wasteful. You buy something and then the next week or so it's broken, or, you know, you just, there's a replacement culture in the West. Everything is so cheap, and, you know, no care, no love deeply rooted in it, and you can just toss it after a couple of weeks or months or a short time. But African art, I believe, and in my experience with it as a curator for the last almost 10 years, is made to last. It's made to beautify, but also, and to be functional, to be practical, and to pass on to your children's children. Yeah.
You're mentioning children, and I'm aware that you had a competition for, I think, kids last year. Am I correct?
An art competition
Something
for the youth?
For youth or something. I think, didn't you have something like that? Some pure art? I can't remember. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, we did have an art competition with the youth to make a work that resonates with the theme of love, not guns.
How did that go?
It went very well. The works that were created was so moving, so beautiful. The way the youth conceptualized putting into art form that idea of love over guns.
Can we
Yeah, it
find
was
this anywhere?
You can find it on our social media. We posted pictures of the art and the artists and their write-ups about their works.
Oh, sweet. This is on Pure Lagos social media, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Great. And my battery is about to go out.
The show is about to be done. We have about 2 more minutes, so this has been great. By the way, I see you speak Igbo, but we're not going to touch on that now. We typically have a rapid fire session, 10 questions. I ask them first person, and you just answer them as quickly as you can. All right?
Okay.
Number one, my superpower as a woman is...
Oh, goodness. I know who it is, but okay, Harriet Tubman.
No, your superpower as a woman.
Oh. Faith.
Faith. All right. Number two, comfort food to me is...
Moi moi.
Moi moi. Ah! All right, next one. You know what? It doesn't matter how upset I am. Do this and I'll instantly calm down.
Acupuncture.
Acupuncture. Sweet. Number four, if I could know the absolute truth to anything, I would ask this question.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Who is God?
Who is God? Good one. Number five, someone I will always look up to is...
My father.
Number six, a country that will always keep tugging at my heart is...
Greece.
Greece. Number seven, if a movie were to be made about me, this will be the title, and this is who I'd want to play me in it.
It would be called I Am. And I would like it to be played by something that's not tangible, if that's possible.
I think I feel where you're coming from. Number eight, a musical instrument I wish I was really good at.
Piano.
Number nine, a sport I wish I was really good at.
Tennis.
Tennis. And number 10, I ask this question every time. Best part about being on the show is...
Sharing good news.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you so much.
That was good. I'm really glad I had you on, and my listeners, I tag people who are into your language stuff, art, holistic, earthy, those types of people. So I'm pretty sure that they are appreciative of the energy that you shared tonight. And I am, and I can't wait to, see more of what you're going to do and create and influence. And I can't wait to share more of what I am trying to do, because there are some similarities with what we're doing, but that's for another day.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, people, that was Sia Alexander, artist, model, curator, everything. Good vibes. So remember, we'll be here next week. The PM, the Prime Minister says he wants to come on my show. I hope he comes. If he doesn't come, no, he's going to come. Okay, I'm going to make sure he comes because he asked to come. So he'll be here next week. So tune in and just remember to be kind and to spread love, please. And that's it. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
All right.
SUNMER.
It's a crazy summer at the cable. Sign up now for a new internet package from now until September 30 for your chance to win crazy summer prizes. Be one of 3 weekly winners of $100 each, or a monthly winner of $500 cash. And get this, you could be extra lucky and win a tablet